Hi, everybody. My name is Karen Batty, Senior Director with The Pampered Chef, and I want to talk to you today about the Rock Crok collection from The Pampered Chef. I call this the iPhone 6 of the Pampered Chef world, and you might be thinking, why is that? And I say that because you might have something that looks like this, but I promise you, if you don't have the Pampered Chef Rock Crok, then this has features yours does not have. First of all, it's a ceramic piece, but it's like ceramic on steroids. Super ceramic. It is exclusive to the Pampered Chef. It took them 4 years to create this finish. It is heat safe up to 752 degrees. Don't cook at 753. We don't know what happens, but it can't be good. Anyway, 752 degrees, you might be thinking, what the heck do I need it to withstand that kind of heat? Well, because of that, this is microwave safe. It is stove top safe. It is oven safe. It is broiler safe. However, the lid is not broiler safe. It is grill safe. It is refrigerator and freezer safe. And it is gloriously dishwasher safe. I know. And because of that, it's incredibly versatile. I probably use it at least 3 to 4 times a week. Now, the first time I used it, came with a recipe for French onion soup, which was fabulous. I started off on the stovetop. I made the soup, and then I put the bread and the cheese on, and then I put it under the broiler. Now, normally I'd need an ugly stainless saucepan in order to do that, right? Start off on the stovetop and be able to put it under the broiler. But if you're having company over, who wants to serve out of an ugly stainless saucepan? Well, I have a couple of names for this rock. Not only do I call it the iPhone 6 of the Pampered Chef world, but I also call it the little black dress of the kitchen, because you can put it on with flip-flops and take it on outside for, full of beans and dogs, or you can put it on with a little kitten heel and a couple of earrings and, take it out at the holidays. Because it's basic black, it's not going to compete with anything, any of the serving pieces already on the table. It just kind of goes, and it looks beautiful. So I made that French onion soup. I served right out of it, and then there were leftovers. So I just put the cover on and stuck it in my refrigerator overnight. Then the next day, I reheated it. Popped the whole thing right in the microwave, reheated it, served out of again, and then threw it into the dishwasher. Ta-da! So I cooked in, served out of, stored in, reheated in, all one vessel. Now I have to admit, I don't make a lot of French onion soup, but here's what I do with this Rock Crok on a weekly basis. You can take a 5-pound oven stuffed roaster chicken and put it right in there. Season it up whatever way you want. Now brace yourself. You're going to put that in the microwave for about 23 to 25 minutes, depending on how strong your microwave is. Check the temperature of it when it comes out so you know it's done. It will be the juiciest chicken you've ever had. Now, if you're watching your calories, just peel off the skin, toss it, or take the lid off and put it under the broiler for a couple of minutes to crisp up the skin. And then you're ready to go. When you take the chicken out, you'll see all the juices in there. You can put it right on the stovetop and make yourself a little gravy if you want. I sear meat on the stovetop, and then I finish cooking it in the oven. I make soups and stews, and I can't even tell you the last time I did pasta on the stovetop. How many of you have a flat top stove because you thought it was going to be easy to clean? Yeah, until you boiled over pasta, and then you needed like a razor blade to clean it, right? So now I just take my Rock Crok and I fill it with 1 pound of pasta to a 132-ounce container of chicken broth. If you're cooking for fewer people, just, adjust the ratio. So I also put in a squish of garlic, just because. And then I pop it in my microwave for 16 minutes on high. Everybody's microwave is different. Yours might take 14, it might take 18. But basically 16 minutes on high, and then I can leave. I can go check the mail. I can go and do some laundry. I can hop on Facebook, whatever. I don't have to babysit the pasta. It's going to stop when it's done, and it's going to be perfect. And then my pasta's done. But what I will often do is I will stop it after 14 minutes instead of 16. And for those 14 minutes, I raid my refrigerator. Oh, I've got a little bit of chicken left over from last night. I'll chop that up. Oh, I got a little bit of onion. I got a little bit of, broccoli or whatever. Whatever vegetables I've got in there, I just start slicing and dicing, and I throw them in for the last 2 minutes. So now, after 16 minutes, I've got a 1-pot meal. It's kind of like a crock pot on steroids, right? And how many of you like Alfredo sauce? But what? People say too many calories, too hard to make, right? If you've ever made homemade Alfredo, you know you need like a double boiler, you need to make a roux, you need to know what a roux is, right? Well, now you don't have to do that because you've got the pasta in there with the chicken broth and a squish of garlic. So for the last 2 minutes when you put in your chicken and all your veggies, you can add an ounce of one ounce of low fat or 1/3 less fat cream cheese. It melts into the broth, it mixes with the garlic, it thickens a little bit because of the pasta, and voila, you have Alfredo. Quick, easy, don't even have to know what a roux is. Never mind, own a double boiler, and it's no guilt-free. Just 1 ounce of cream cheese, and you're gonna feed it to your whole family. When it comes out, if you want to get fancy, you can dust a little Parmesan cheese on there, or put a little fresh snipped basil, and there's dinner. So there's a whole series of microwavable recipes. Another one that's a regular in my house is rush hour fajitas. I just take 2 to 3 onions and quarter them, throw them in there. Take peppers, coarsely cut them, throw them in there. Layer on boneless breasts of chicken, raw. I slice about 4 cloves of garlic, because I can. I've got a great garlic slicer, but that's a completely other video. And then I've got, then you add fajita seasoning. Cover it, put it in the microwave for 16 minutes. During those 16 minutes, you can pour yourself a glass of wine because you work so hard to make dinner. And you can grab the wraps and the salsa and the sour cream. And when it comes out, I take a pair of scissors and I just chop, 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 and dinner is served. And notice what didn't get mentioned. There's no oil. I don't have to put any oil in this. There's plenty of moisture in the vegetables, so you get this great, like a fajita sauce, almost as if you cooked it in oil, but there is no oil. So not only is it rush hour fajitas and they're quick and easy, but they're actually healthier too. And there's a whole series of microwavable recipes. If you own this pot or if you buy it, you can message me and I'd be happy to email you those recipes. This Rock Crok we have in many different sizes. This is the one I use most often. It's the 4-quart. And by the way, most people when they pick it up are surprised that it's much lighter in weight than they anticipated it was going to be. Then we also have the XL size. That's twice this size. That's your 8-quart. That's for like Thanksgiving, Christmas, big, huge stews and chilies and things like that. There's also what's called the everyday pan. It's a 2.5-quart. It uses the exact same lid as this one. So width-wise, it's exactly the same. It's just a little shallower. And then we have one that's a 2-quart size, and that is called the casserole one. And then we have one that looks like a pizza stone. So you've got your selection. Anyway, love, love, love my Rock Crocs. And if you've got any questions, just message me. Take care.